What would you do if the most humiliating moment of your life wasn't just seen by one person, but shared with an entire school? That's what happened to Emily on her very first week at Westbrook High. One cruel photo, taken without her knowing, turned her into the target of whispers, laughter, and shame. But what no one expected, least of all the bullies, was that Emily carried a fire inside her, and when she struck back, her revenge wasn't loud or violent. It was calculated, it was savage, and it shattered the bullies so completely the school would never forget her name. Emily's hands trembled the first day she stepped into Westbrook High. She was the new girl, and everyone already seemed to have their groups, their history, their inside jokes. She wore second-hand clothes her mom had picked up from a thrift store, her sneakers a little scuffed, but her posture was straight, because she promised herself she wouldn't look weak. But the whispers started anyway. A group of girls from the soccer team noticed her right away. Madison, their leader, with her perfectly straight hair and expensive jacket, gave Emily a smirk that wasn't friendly at all. "New girl, huh?" she muttered, loud enough for others to hear. Emily just nodded and walked past, pretending she didn't hear the giggles behind her. For the first few days, Emily kept to herself. She ate lunch alone, tried to keep her head down, and spent more time in the library than in the cafeteria. But even silence couldn't protect her. One afternoon, desperate for a few minutes of quiet, Emily slipped into the restroom. The tiled walls echoed with the dripping faucet. She was fixing her ponytail in the mirror when the stall door creaked behind her. She thought she was alone, but she wasn't. Madison's sidekick Chloe was there, holding her phone up. Before Emily could react, there was a click. Emily froze. The phone had just captured her, vulnerable, unready, standing in a bathroom, startled and exposed. "Perfect," Chloe whispered with a wicked grin before vanishing out the door. By the next morning, Emily knew something was wrong. Everywhere she went, people looked at her and stifled laughter. Some even held their phones up, showing each other screens and smirking. Emily's heart raced as she sat down in class, confused. Then she saw it, her photo. Someone had posted on Instagram with the caption, "Her chest tightened." It wasn't just one photo. It had been shared, reposted, mimed. By lunchtime, it was everywhere. When Emily walked into the cafeteria, a roar of laughter erupted from one corner. Madison and her friends were showing her photo to the football players, acting it out, mocking her. Emily's throat burned, but she swallowed hard, forcing herself not to cry in front of them. She dumped her untouched lunch and left. That night at home, Emily locked herself in her room. Her mom knocked softly, asking if everything was okay, but Emily just said she had homework. She lay in bed staring at the ceiling, feeling like her whole world had crumbled before it even began. But then something inside her shifted. She wasn't just going to let them destroy her. If they wanted a war, they were going to get one. Tu she a sheep ter twi, the revenge to she dm. Emily began to watch them carefully. She didn't fight back right away. Instead, she studied Madison, Chloe, and their crew. Where they sat, how they acted, the cracks in their perfect little group. She noticed things others ignored. Chloe constantly borrowed money from Madison because her parents were struggling financially. Madison always laughed the loudest when others were around, but looked insecure when she thought no one was watching. Another girl in the group, Sierra, always hesitated before joining in on their bullying, almost as if she didn't want to be there. Emily realized something powerful: the bullies weren't untouchable. They were fragile, and all she had to do was show everyone who they really were. Her first step was digital. Emily was good with computers, better than most kids at school knew. Late at night, while Madison posted filtered selfies online, Emily created a secret account. Slowly, she began dropping screenshots not of her, but of the bullies. Old tweets Madison had written trashing her own friends. A video of Chloe, secretly recorded, mocking Madison behind her back. A photo of Sierra's text messages where she admitted she was only pretending to be mean so she wouldn't be the next target. She didn't reveal herself. The posts were anonymous, but they spread like wildfire. Students who had once laughed at Emily started whispering about Madison's crew instead. Suddenly, the bullies weren't laughing anymore. They were scrambling. The breaking point came during the school assembly. Madison had been chosen to give a speech about school spirit. She walked onto the stage in front of hundreds of students, chin high, ready to shine. But then the projector flickered on behind her. At first, it showed the school logo. Then, without warning, it showed screenshots. Madison's cruel captions, Chloe's mocking video, Sierra's confession. The auditorium gasped. Madison froze mid-sentence, and then Emily walked in. She hadn't planned to, but something told her the moment had come. With steady steps, she climbed onto the stage, walked past Madison, and stood at the microphone. Her voice didn't shake. For weeks I've been humiliated, mocked, laughed at, all because of a photo taken without my permission. But here's the truth. When you laugh at someone else's pain, it doesn't make you powerful. It makes you cruel, and cruelty always catches up with you. The room was silent. Even the teachers didn't stop her. Emily stepped down, leaving Madison standing there, pale and shaking, unable to continue. The bullies weren't feared anymore. They were exposed. And Emily, she walked through the halls the next day with her head high. People looked at her differently now, not as the bathroom Barbie, but as the girl who refused to be broken. Emily's story spread far beyond the school. Some students apologized for laughing. Others started standing up when they saw bullying happen. Emily hadn't just defended herself, she'd changed the culture of the school. Because sometimes revenge isn't about fists or screaming. It's about exposing the truth. And when the truth comes out, no bully can survive it.